Welcome everybody to Sharp Bets Fantasy Sets. We are going into Wildcard weekend. It's hard to believe 18 weeks is down the drain just like that. Sooner or later it'll be week one again because that's just how football moves very quickly. Here with Mike, Tim, Nas, and Sir. Little known fact, we all met up last week at a bar. First time we met together and had some drinks. It was a very fun time. Really enjoyed it. So start with you, Mike. A little round table here. Your Bills lost, but it didn't seem like they cared too much. I think I have a gripe with Josh Allen doing what he did, getting the consecutive record, but you seem to be okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, he went in and did what he had to do to get that record. I mean, it's important to him, and obviously, MVP is not important to him because he would have played that game if MVP was important to him. He doesn't care about that stuff.
He'll probably get it anyway.
Cool thing is that James Cook, until Jamar Gibbs had that 3-4 touchdown game, he was actually leading the league in touchdowns. James Cook, but Jamar Gibbs took that away from him. But he ended up crossing 1,000 yards. James Cook and had 16 touchdowns for the year. So that's why they kept on playing him. We were like, why do they keep on playing him? Why do they keep on playing him? I figured out why.
You sweating a little, or now that the Bengals aren't coming, you're kind of more comfortable? I know you'll be going to the game too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sweating at all now. I think it'd be pretty easy.
Careful.
Pretty easy match.
Yeah, I'd
be careful, boys. Playoffs time.
I'd be confident. Sir.
McDermott's record with rookie QBs is he's 4-0. It's a rookie QB. Ain't no rookie QB gonna come into Buffalo and do nothing. Come on, man.
Cut that next week. Sir, long season. It's crazy how you guys have a better draft pick than the Cowboys, which is I didn't think would ever happen in the beginning. Where do you go from here? There's been some rumblings. You won't go with Purdy. You will go with Purdy. What do you do? Just run it back, same squad?
No, I mean, I think depends on if this Purdy negotiations gets how it is. I see it going smooth, but you never know when the dollars start talking. Who knows? So we'll see. But I mean, it looks like they're going to run the same squad back. They got to get a DC because they fired the DC. They fired their special teams coordinator. So there's talks about them bringing Salah back as DC. So we'll see what happens. I like Salah, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm saying, listen, they'll have an easy schedule next year. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Can you boys cut your goddamn strength and conditioning coach? How many times you guys going to go through injury riddled seasons and not
I'm with you. They need to fire that dude because I know every year it's like everybody get hurt, but
3 Super Bowls in 10 years, tough shit.
Who got hurt last year?
Who did get hurt last year? Well, didn't the guy get hurt running out to the coin toss last year?
It was after like a.
No, it was Dre Greenlaw. Greenlaw got hurt running onto the field and he tore his
celebration or some shit.
Yeah, celebration.
He was getting ready to run on the field for a series and then just. As soon as he went down, the game changed. But
yeah. Nas, last week, Travis Hunter might as well just board a flight and get to New England. Not looking like that anymore as the Bills screwed you, and you're kind of stuck in no man's land right there.
It's stupid. It's retarded. I don't know why we won that game. Now we're going to go draft the O-lineman out of Texas and then complain again at the end of next year that we don't have a receiver one. When we literally had Travis Hunter on the jet on the way to Foxborough. I don't understand.
So trade up and get him.
Who's going to trade? The Giants aren't going to trade.
Why not?
Because everybody's on that draft Travis Hunter and wait for Archie next year.
That's the stupidest thing I have to say. There's no guarantee you're gonna be. First of all, there's no guarantee Archie Manning's gonna be good, and there's no guarantee you're gonna be in a top 3 position. And if you are, Brian Dable doesn't have a fucking job.
That's true. That's very true. But
I'm sorry.
I also see Cleveland doing something funny where they draft Travis Hunter at 2 and the Giants get Shador at 3.
Yeah, everything we're hearing though from pundits, and they don't know shit, but they're saying these 2 quarterbacks are not.
Yeah,
they're not that good. But we'll see. Tim, Jets season finally over. What do? Do you run it back? I know you've been against the Aaron Rodgers stuff, but what's the other option?
I don't know that there is another. I mean, there's going to be enough I think free agent quarterbacks are going to be switching teams but we'll be stuck in the same scenario. We'll get stuck with what? Kirk Cousins, another aged quarterback. I mean, at that point, you might just bring Rodgers and Adams, and we'll see. It all depends. Garrett Wilson, if he's going to stay, there's a lot of stuff that's got to happen in New York for to determine what's going on next season.
Tim, I have a trade proposal for you. Tell me if you take it, and the money might match because you're paying Rodgers. You give me Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and your first round pick. I give you Dak Prescott and our first round pick. Do you do it?
Probably not.
No.
No. I don't know how many years Dak has left, but I don't know. I'd probably just.
I mean, we're only switching from 7 to 12.
I will say that the second half of the year, Aaron Rodgers looked a lot better, moving in the pocket and making plays. But yeah, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot early in the year. Those games really didn't matter as much as they should have.
You think he calls it quits?
No, I don't think he wants to go out there. I mean, the fact that he got the 500 touchdown passes, maybe that's an added incentive to not want to come back. But I don't think he wants that to be his last season, especially with the record of the team. I think he wants to give one more shot in the playoffs.
I agree with that. Dallas Cowboys, they tried. Jaden Daniels had a miserable first half, and they acted like they didn't want to play him anymore when he started like 4 for 12, so they just kind of threw in the towel, but they still managed to win. Marcus Mariota somehow drove down the field twice. Mike McCarthy was asked by the Chicago Bears to interview. Jerry Jones said no, but after Sunday or Monday, McCarthy could do whatever he wants. I'm going to give you some names really quick. I have a list of my top 4 guys I would like to coach the Cowboys if McCarthy leaves. Who would you pick for this? And are any names just absolutely not or absolutely yes? So my top 4, obviously Ben Johnson would be number 1. I don't think he would come to Dallas, though. Number 2, I want Brian Flores. And 3 and 4 are a little weird. If he's going the old school route, I would like Pete Carroll, actually, to be in Dallas. And another one, I wouldn't mind Byron Leftwich becoming the Dallas Cowboys head coach. Mike, what do you think about any of those?
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson's definitely my number 1.
I think Pete Carroll would be good in Dallas. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why you get that feeling. I can't see him fitting there. With all the lights there and stuff, I don't know if he likes that. And then also the Brian Flores, I don't know if he's going to make a good head coach, man. I really don't. You saw what happened to him in Miami. Didn't end well there. And I think he rubbed a lot of people in the NFL the wrong way. He was blackballed for a little bit. He was out the league for a year, maybe even more. So I don't think he's going to get a head coach job. And if he does, definitely not with the Cowboys.
What about Byron Leftwich?
I do like Byron Leftwich. I mean, that guy's been interviewed for the past few years, and he's been pushed to the side. But is he still in New England? Or Tampa?
I think Tampa, yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, Mayfield had a great year. So I would probably say Johnson, Leftwich, Carroll, and Flores.
Gotcha. Tim, any of those guys you'd like on the Jets, since this looks like the Patriots stole Vrabel from you?
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't hear if Vrabel was definitely going or...
I'm assuming he will.
Yeah, Ben Johnson. I need an offensive-minded coach.
Yeah,
something to spark. From what all I hear is everyone that I talk to in New Jersey is like, "Oh my God, Rex Ryan! You guys need Rex Ryan. You need him back just to, he's not going to put up with anyone's shit. He yada yada yada." I'm like, all right, man. You're like, yeah, sure. The last time we were in the playoffs, he was our coach. The fond memories, but I don't know. I just give me somebody offensive minded because that seems to be the.
Give me the difference between Robert Saleh and Rex Ryan. I mean, they're the same kind. You're pretty much just replacing them with the same person.
Yeah, that's just saying, hey, we fucked up. We made a mistake. Let's find somebody that fits the same bill.
Yeah, Nas. I'll get to you last actually because you guys just got rid of your coach, sir. Any of those guys pique your interest or no?
I mean, I could kind of see Leftwich going to the Dallas just because I don't think Jerry's going to want to pay another coach like top dollar for some reason. Like, So like I can kind of see Leftwich or like a Leftwich or like a not lesser tier, but like lesser like not as expensive coach. Because I can see Johnson getting like good money because he's been a name like he was a top name last year, and he said I'm coming back because I got a job, I got unfinished business, and he's still proving that he could still do so.
I
I
don't
can see
know
Leftwich going.
why. I feel like Pete Carroll is like a dark horse. I don't know why. I have no logic there. It's just like I know Jerry likes the established guys. Pete Carroll was Russ Wilson interception from getting into the Hall of Fame pretty much as a coach. I don't know. And he did coach USC. He's been in the big lights, man. Like and I don't think he shies away from it. I know Dallas is different, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but Nas, we'll get to you because let's talk about this. Draw Mail fired, and last week we asked about this, and we all said he would be there. Now we were hearing rumblings for like 4 weeks that something was going on. He lost the locker room. Are you pissed off? Are you shocked? And now that you know you're probably getting Vrabel, are you okay with it?
I'm actually pretty shocked. I didn't expect him to get fired after 1 year. And I'm going to be completely honest, even though Vrabel is like the guy, it seems like, I don't think they're going to go Vrabel. I really think
Really?
after they interview Ben Johnson on Friday, I think it's just because, all right, you bring in, this is my opinion. I feel like I'm kind of agreeing with Tim. I feel like we need an offensive mind. Like, you know how Bill Belichick has been defense. Like the Patriots are always going to be good on defense. You keep bringing in defensive mind coaches, and that doesn't get anywhere because they
True.
can't draft offensively.
True.
So it's like all you doing is just replacing Belichick. I mean, obviously it's not Belichick like the thoughts, but it's just defensive minded. I feel like after they interviewed Ben Johnson on Friday morning, and I feel like he's going to be the guy. I honestly feel like he's going to be the head coach next year.
I agree with you, and I always say that I would go. One of the biggest mistake the Jets have made, aside from Adam Gase, they try, but like you go from Mangini to Rex, it's like then Salah, and you've never developed the quarterback in all those years. Like it's wild. So it's like the defense will always figure it out. If you have a good defensive coordinator, you don't need a
Yes,
coach to be the defensive guy. I'm
I
with you
agree.
guys. I'm with that. I was shocked though. Drama was fired just because I feel like Robert Kraft doesn't really do things like that, I guess. Maybe we're just so used to him with the Belichick era that like it was kind of shocking. I know Gronk went off on him, but Mike, I know I was with you when it happened. You were stunned, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty stunned. I don't know if Mayo was a Belichick's guy, and that's how Kraft, became a fan of him. And then I think Mayo just kind of rubbed him the wrong way once he found out who the kind of guy he was. I don't know, but it was very weird. I don't think Patriots are going to go with Ben Johnson, and if they do, I doubt he picks the Patriots because he's got plenty of other suitors that
He's pretty much got his pick.
don't have to face
It's-
Josh Allen.
I feel like I think I don't mean to cut you off, but I think he would pick the Patriots because if you think about it, supposedly has how everybody is hyping this up. They're saying Drake May is like a superstar quarterback. We have damn near the most cap space, and we have the top 5 first round pick. Like as a head coach, you wouldn't want to walk into that.
Well, no, I mean look who's in the division though. Does Ben Johnson want to face Josh Allen the rest of his career? I doubt it. I think he'd rather face a Jalen Hurts or rather face a
The Hall of Famer.
other like NFC South. I think the Saints have an opening. Might go the
That's a good
Saints.
point. I didn't look at it. That's a good point.
Or he could even go to the Jaguars.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Sir, were you shocked?
A little bit. I mean, like, come on, like you 1 year, you gonna fire him after 1 year? Like, come on, there's plenty of coaches after the first year. I forgot who was. I think it was Jimmy Johnson. I think went 1-15 in his first year, and he turned out all right. So like, come on, you got to give these coaches at least 1 year, more than a year, just to
Jerry
like.
Jones doesn't fire you after 1-15, then no one should get
You know
fired.
what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was kind of surprised a little bit between both him and with Antonio Pierce getting fired too
Yeah.
after 1 year. Like,
I'll get to that next. Tim, go with drama and then go into Antonio Pierce. Take 2 in a row.
So, I obviously there was something going on in the locker room because it made no sense to fire him. The team he had wasn't projected to be good,
No.
and the number 1 receiver ended up being a guy named Booty, who they like didn't even know his name before the season started. So I mean, he is behind the 8 ball from the start. So there has to be something internally that will come out where something happened very bad. I would assume to be fired that quickly. As far as the Raiders, Antonio Pierce, I was surprised by it too. It's kind of like the same thing. Like you still don't have a quarterback unless he had some sort of say in the draft where they had a chance to go up and get a quarterback, or they had a chance to make a move, and they didn't do that. And since the quarterbacks obviously didn't pan out the way that they wanted,
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. Their pick that they did turned out. He turned out pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Brock Bowers,
no, of course,
set records for most receptions, and he did his thing.
And,
So
and
like,
they were competitive. Like the Raiders, everyone like they won what 3 of the last 4. Everyone was like, oh, they screwed them. They won 5 games, 4 or 5 games. Like they weren't like awful.
yeah, and obviously like the other 3 teams made the playoffs, so like they had a tough division. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. There might have been some backstage thing going on because like both those guys needed like with Pierce, he was rocking Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. Like you gonna get fired off rocking with those 2? Come on, fam. Like
Mike, Antonio Pierce, crazier one? Were you like? I think we asked that one too, and I think maybe
no, but both of them like
Yeah.
going into the season. What did you realistically expect out of the Raiders and the Patriots? Like,
which means there's got to be internal shit.
you know what I'm saying? So there has to be something going on because like
there is
like-
internal stuff. So my boy who's a Raiders fan, I mean, I'm not taking him as a source, but it makes sense what he's saying. So in the beginning of the year, he wanted to start Connell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the GM, Talasco, he's like, no, you're going to start Minshew. He gives a better shot to win. I was like, if you hire a coach, how you not let the coach coach, Now the GM is overriding the coach on who to start a quarterback. So that's not a good start already to begin the season. And then Devontae Adams gets traded. Devontae Adams wanted O'Connell too. So, I mean, it just seems like everybody was backing Minshew. I mean, I think they gave him a good amount of money to sign there. And, that's not what Pierce wanted. So, I mean, if you're not making decisions, there's already going to be turmoil. It looks like they want a puppet as coach, and Pierce is not going to be that.
Mark Davis, worse owner than Jerry Jones. I mean, we don't give
and then that's
we
exactly.
don't give Jerry Jones enough credit for being actually a good owner because he just likes the spotlight. But he's really not that bad compared to some of these other fucking people. I'm sorry. Nas, Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. It seemed like they kind of liked Antonio Pierce there, especially like Max Crosby and all those guys. They like playing for him, but like I guess Mike said, it was internally. So
Yeah, I'll take Mike's Raider source.
Yeah,
as gospel. I believe it. I believe that. The Rams. Let's go into them. We were talking about this at the bar. They decided to sit their players, knowing they dropped to the 4 seed, which means that they would get the loser of the Lions-Viking games. McVay said he weighed his options and did not mind. I think it worked out for them because the Vikings won, but that's a little fucking bonkers, if you ask me. Sir, is that nuts to you?
yeah, I mean, like you see your players, so you want to face a 14-win team? Like, I don't know. It's a little. I mean, granted, Sam Darnold he didn't look too fresh. He didn't look too good on Sunday night, but I mean, they still won 14 games. So like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, hey, you wanted them. You're gonna have to see them. You have to see them on what do they play Sunday or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah, you gonna have to see them. So hey, I hope you're happy with your result.
I think he said by weighing his options, he knew that the Vikings would lose, and he knows the Vikings are the Vikings, and was like, we're gonna beat the Vikings.
I'm
like,
just saying.
That's
bro.
just where he's probably coming from. He wouldn't say that, but
I'm on that train too. Yeah.
Yeah,
probably did matchups and figure we probably match up better against the Vikings.
Seriously, he's like, all right, it's Sam Darnold versus Matthew Stafford. And, I still don't buy into Vikings. They could win 17-0, and they would like I just don't buy it. Tim.
So they're going to have to play both of those teams anyway right now, right? That being the 4 seed, they're playing the 5
Unless
seed.
the Packers win.
Whoever wins, no, right? Whoever wouldn't they just play Detroit?
No, if the Packers win, they go to Detroit. Well, yeah, you're right. It depends.
Okay. Well, either way, you're going to have to play one of those teams in the playoffs. Make sure your guys are healthy and suit up. It's playoff football. Like you're gonna play good teams. So
yeah,
give your team the best chance to win. You
Yeah.
saw what happened. You saw what happened when people played their starters. Green Bay. All of a sudden now, oh shit. Whoops. Christian Watson's done. You don't know the extent of Jordan Love's injury. They say he'll be okay. I don't know. I don't trust it.
Right, and apparently Jalen Hurts is still like in concussion protocol, which is
Yeah.
fucking wild, you know.
Yeah. They said he practiced today though, so
Yeah, he still hasn't played in like 24 days. So, you know, it's like it's like the Chiefs, I think. But anyway, we'll get to our picks soon. But a little thing we like to do here is Mike, I asked you earlier, so we all have a rooting interest here. Like, what two teams would you honestly like to see in the Super Bowl? Mike, I'm not allowing you to pick the Bills. Like, what team are you actually rooting for to get in the Super Bowl? If the Bills get knocked out, you'd like to see. I'll start. Personally, I want to see a rematch from Super Bowl 1 and 2. I'd like to see the Green Bay Packers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know why. I think it'd be fun. I don't want to see the Lions in. They're starting to annoy me. Ben Johnson's getting too cute with these fucking plays, running hook and ladders. Everyone acting like they're the greatest thing ever. Now they're starting to bother me. So I would like to see the Packers go into Detroit next year, win that game, if they could get past Philly. I have a prediction about that game later on. Tim, who you got?
I want to see the Lions and the Ravens.
Ooh.
The Ravens, just because I want to see what Nas says when Lamar finally wins playoff games. And unlike you, I enjoy watching the Lions play. I think they're coached very well. And no, I had a rooting interest, but I'm sticking with them.
Okay, gotcha. Sir.
I kind of want to see the Detroit Lions versus any team not named the Kansas City Chiefs.
Gotcha.
Man, I was like anybody but the Chiefs. Like I'm tired of seeing them boys in there. And the Lions, I'm saying like I like to see they play a fun style of game. Like they will clown you. They'll pass it to the lineman. They'll drop some points on you. So
yeah, Nas, who you got?
I want to see the Ravens and the Eagles. I think that was my Super Bowl prediction at the beginning of the year.
I don't know. They played earlier. It was kind of a dud of a game.
Yeah, I got it. My boy Lamar got to get his. All
right, Mike. If the Bills get knocked out, who would you like to see represent the AFC?
Oh, it would definitely be the Lions would definitely be my choice, and I want them to win the Super Bowl if the Bills don't. I mean, Dan Campbell is probably my second favorite coach in the NFL. He's awesome to just watch him talk and just how he coaches and how he has his locker room. AFC, I'd probably go with the tough choice. I'd probably go John Harbaugh. I like the Chargers. I do like I never had any animosity towards John. I think he's a really good coach.
Jim.
I'm sorry, Jim. Yeah. I like the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to our picks now. We'll be picking all the games, but first we got to congratulate Nas, who won the regular season title with 34-24-1. Mike was in the lead all year, and those ties ended up killing him at the end. 32-24-3. I ended 28-30-1. Sir, abysmal last week, ends at 26-32-1. Tim 14-15 in his modest debut. Overall, we went 134-25-6, which is pretty fucking good as a group, honestly. Yeah.
Who won?
You won.
Well, no, it goes into you said it goes into the playoffs. We don't
won the
stop
regular season title now.
If you have any balls, you extend this to the playoffs. If you have any balls.
You know what?
Right.
I give it to you.
All right, so I'm going to just go game by game and go around the table. I'll start with Mike. We're going to start with LA at Houston. Right now, we have Houston plus 2.5. The over-under 42. What are you going with?
Give me the over 42.
Okay. 42.5 for taking the over?
Yeah.
Okay, Nas, what do you got?
Question, is that game in LA or is it in Houston?
Houston.
Give me the Texans.
Houston plus 2.5 for Nas. Sir, what do you got?
I don't know, man. Give me the Chargers minus 2.5. I like what they doing. Herbert and Lamb McConkey and Harbaugh got them boys playing. So give me the Chargers.
Tim.
Same pick. Chargers minus 2.5.
Last year, the Browns stormed into the playoffs and went into Houston. I remember saying, nice seeing you. Get the fuck out, Houston. Houston shocked me and beat the shit out of the Browns. I think the Chargers are the AFC Cowboys. I actually think the Texans stink, but I think they're going to win this game. So give me Houston plus 2.5. Next game, we got the Saturday night game. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh coming off 4 straight losses, barely scoring 16 points a game. Pittsburgh probably doesn't want to see the Ravens. The Ravens don't want to see Pittsburgh. That 9.5 hook. Pittsburgh's a plus 9.5. The over under 43.5. Nas, what do you got?
All right. I did this last week and it burnt me. Give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers plus 9.5.
Wow.
I think. No, the Ravens are definitely going to win this game, but I don't think it's going to be by 10 points. As playoffs, the Steelers are due, man. They've been looking terrible the last 4 games. They're due. It'll be a lot closer than a 2-possession game. So yeah, give me the Steelers plus 9.5.
I agree with that. However, I'm going to go the under at 43.5. I think it's 23-20 game. Either way, I think this is a game that the Ravens fans do not fucking want. You don't want these division games. They play so tight. So give me the under 43.5. Tim.
Same, under 43.5. I see it being close, low scoring, good defensive battle.
All right, sir.
I'm going against both of y'all. Give me over 43.5.
Ow.
Give us some reasoning, sir.
Listen, Baltimore's dropped 30 points the last 4 games since the bye week. Listen, I know that, but that was regular season. This is postseason, and Lamar sometimes in this postseason he'd be a little shaky sometimes. But I trust him to drop some points. And the Steelers, hey man, listen, if the Ravens drop 30 and all I need is 14 points out of the Steelers, come on.
Fair. Mike.
2-5 record in the playoffs more than sometimes. It's more like it's probably going to happen. Give me Steelers plus 9.5.
Wow, how about that? Nobody went with Baltimore minus 9. That is a long, high spread for a team that always play close. Scary game. All right, we go to Mike's game. Denver at Buffalo. I have no rhyme or reason here. I just think back to when Buffalo played Skylar Thompson at home 2 years ago, and it came down to the wire. I think Buffalo is going to win. I don't know why I feel like Sean Payton and the Broncos are going to keep this within a touchdown. They're going to try to control the ball and keep Josh Allen off the field. So give me Denver plus 8.5 here. But I do think you win the game, Mike. Mike, go for it. Your game.
All right.
Under 46.5 too, by the way.
I'm going to go with Bills minus 9.5. I don't think...
8.5.
Was it 8.5 now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll take 8.5 too. I don't think you guys are going to ever, you're never gonna see a quarterback like Josh Allen's gonna play right now. He's gonna put on a Superman cape, and you guys are gonna be like, wow, it's just gonna stun you guys. And I think easily. I mean, give me minus 14.5, minus 17.5. I think they easily win this game.
Okay, sir.
Fam, you are disrespecting the hell out of Bo Nix, fam. And your defense ain't doing much, but give me over 40.
Ain't no Oregon quarterback going into Buffalo and winning a playoff game.
Fam, you are sleeping on the kid Bo Nix, bro. But give me over 46.5, mainly because I said, listen, the Bills will put up some points, but so will Bo Nix, bro. He gonna do some things, man. Okay, yeah, that's your offense. What's your defense doing? What's your defense? Is Josh Allen playing defense?
Let's go to Nas here. What do you got?
All right, so I remember during a couple weeks ago you said you got to lock it in. But can I switch that 9.5 to Baltimore minus 9.5? Because I feel kind of really...
No, it's a locked in. Tough. It's locked in. Tough.
All right, now give me the Bills minus 8.5. I don't think Bo Nix is going to Buffalo and doing nothing there. He's going to be like a deer in headlights.
A miserable ride back for Mike if they lose. Tim.
I'm on the Bills bandwagon. I'll take the Bills also minus 8.5.
Okay, I'm the only idiot going with Denver. All right, Green Bay at Philly. Green Bay plus 4.5, over under 45.5. They met week 1 on a Friday night. Horrible field. It was a close game, even though the Eagles ended up covering, I believe, but it was a sloppy, close game. Both quarterbacks pretty much injured, but they were going to play. It's pretty much Love, Hurts, Barkley. I'll start with you, Tim.
I don't trust Jalen Hurts as far as he could throw a football, so I'm taking Green Bay plus 4.5.
You think they'll win or cover?
I think they win.
Okay.
I think it ends up being a field goal game.
Gotcha. Mike.
What's the over?
45.5.
45.5. This is a tough one. Because Hurts is hurt and Love is hurt too. It's this is a weird game to pick. I would probably lean towards, with no Watson and nobody really to throw to, I'll lean towards the Eagles minus 4.5.
All right, Nas.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles minus 4.5. I mean, they got the best player on the field, Saquon Barkley.
True. Sir.
And I believe in Tanner McKee also. Tanner McKee.
Wait, he's starting?
No,
No, I'm saying if Hurts doesn't start, they're going to start Tanner McKee.
that's all we need. Tanner McKee versus Malik Willis, 4:30 on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's exciting football to watch right there. If,
Right, got the bar
if that's the case, I like my pick even better. Give me under 45.5. I don't usually take unders, but I can see both these teams relying on the running game with Saquon and you know what I'm saying, and Jacobs, and I don't know, I can see, you know, when you run the ball, the clock keeps moving, and so I don't know. I just see this being a low-scoring affair. It's probably gonna be close, but it's gonna be low-scoring. I see.
I think that the Packers will cover. I'll take them plus 4.5, maybe even 31-27, 24-20. They'll cover 4.5. Prediction here: the winner of this game will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I firmly believe that. We'll see though. All right, let's go to Tampa Bay, Washington. Jaden Daniels' first taste. Tampa Bay seems to always get these easy 5-6 games. They get the 4 or whatever. Last year they beat the Eagles. 2 years ago they lost to the Cowboys. Now they're playing Washington, the NFC East here. Right now I have Tampa Bay -3, over under 50.5. Nas, what do you got?
Give me Washington +3. I really think Washington's going to win this game. If you look at Tampa Bay the last couple weeks, they just look like shit. Defensively, they got bailed out last week, I would say, by that McMillan catch. What was that, like 3rd and 20-something, 4th down? That was baloney. But, yeah, I think Jaden Daniels is young. That Washington team is pretty young. They're fresh. I think they go to Tampa Bay, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think they go up to Tampa and handle business.
I have to address it. Did you say that was baloney?
Yeah.
Oh, Sir, what do you got?
I don't know about baloney, but yeah, give me Washington +3. I don't know. I can't really trust the Bucks, man. Like, I thought they were going to give New Orleans out business last weekend. They for the longest part they were losing that game. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust them like right now. But so give me Washington.
I've been riding with Tampa Bay the last 3 weeks. They've got me wins when I picked the over with them. They just seem to score. So I'm going to go over 50.5. That's what I'm going to do. Tim.
Directly against you, Scott. I'm going under 50.5. I don't know. Jaden Daniels, you can call him a future Hall of Famer or whatever you guys are talking shit at the bar. But I trust Tampa Bay's blitzing defense to give him a ton of problems. And I could see Tampa putting up points, but if Washington doesn't, getting to 50 is going to be a lot there.
Okay, Mike, you better not pick against your boy here.
50.5 is the over?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to pick against Daniels. Let me take him the over. Oh, yeah, so it's what, plus what?
3.
+3. Washington +3.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Boston +3. Mayfield is not a quarterback you want to be having on your roster in the playoffs. That guy is gonna make a lot of mistakes.
Hit or miss. He could go for 5 touchdowns or 5 interceptions. Yeah.
Guess who's back? Marshawn Lattimore. So we're gonna get probably the fight before halftime between Mike Evans and Lattimore. So watch out for that.
Nice. They'll both get ejected. All right, last game of Wildcard Weekend. Minnesota, the sad Vikings. Of course, they go 14-3 and have to go on the road because that's just what they do. Sam Darnold going into LA, taking on Matthew Stafford and the Super Bowl pedigree Rams. Sean McVay's got to put his money where his mouth is, and I personally think he will. I got the Rams +1.5, over under 47.5. I like the Rams to actually win outright and beat the Vikings, and it just sucks for the Vikings. But I've seen this story play out too much. Give me the Rams, who have championship pedigree. McVay putting his money where his mouth is. Mike.
Give me the over-unders. What again?
47.5.
47.5. Yeah, give me the over in that game. I don't like any defense. I think if the Rams are if you're saying they're gonna win this game, like you said they're gonna have to score points, and I don't see the Vikings not scoring points on the Rams defense. Rams defense is ass.
Sir.
Mike, I'm with you on this one, bro. Give me over 47.5. I don't know. I trust these two teams. I mean, listen. I thought last week that it'd be a high scoring affair. Detroit did their thing. Minnesota probably had their worst game of the season. I see they do a little bounce back. I think Sam Darnold will maybe stop seeing some ghosts and actually see his receivers, because they kept getting in the red zone. They just couldn't do anything with it. So
yeah,
give me over 47.5.
Tim.
They're going to feed Justin Jefferson from the opening coin toss to the end of the game. He might have 10 catches for 200 yards and a couple scores. So I'm taking Minnesota, as long as Sam Darnold doesn't, pretend he's on the Jets again like he was on Monday night. or Sunday night rather.
He did look really bad Sunday night.
Horrible. Yeah.
Just
Almost like he was
in the
playing
red
on
zone. It was so listen, Detroit, for as much as they say, oh, injuries, their defense sucks. Aaron Glenn's got them boys playing defense. Listen, if Detroit makes a run, I could see maybe the Jets going after Aaron Glenn. You don't know, but I'm going Minnesota at least for this game.
Last pick for you.
Give me Minnesota -1.5. Pretty much Tim said it the best. So they're going to feed Justin Jefferson from the time he gets off the plane to the time he gets back to Minnesota.
All right, that's our wild card picks. Everyone enjoy. Now we'll get to no fantasy sleeper and anytime touchdown in the game here for plus money. Tim, what you got?
I'm going to go Jalen McMillan for Tampa Bay +155.
Okay.
What, sir? Come on.
I had him as one of my picks, but it's all right. I have another one.
All right,
No,
sir,
it's
what
all
you
right,
got?
Join.
So, I mean, I did have Jalen McMillan, just as you mentioned. Lattimore's back, so he's going to be guarding up on Mike Evans. So, which means that leave some open looks for McMillan. But if I can't take McMillan, give me Rashad Bateman, also a +155. He's got 6 touchdowns in the last 7 games. So,
All right.
Lamar be finding him. But so you know what? Give me Bateman. I'll leave you with McMillan.
All right, Mike.
Am I allowed to choose a Bills guy?
Yeah.
I don't want to disappoint you. I'll go with Quentin Johnson on the Chargers. He had a huge game last week, and I think he's gonna score here in this game.
All right, Nas.
All right, so if you guys love money, they have Lamar Jackson right now to score a touchdown at +230. I will hammer that. Like, I'll put my life savings on it.
Nas, I am completely with you, and I had that down. But you know what? I'm going to go another route here. I'm going with +400 for the Ravens defense. Give me something there. Maybe an interception by Russell Wilson, a punt return. So a +400 there with the Ravens defense. I'm going to go with
Mine was +225, by the way. I forgot to tell you, +225.
225 for Quentin Johnson, yeah. All right, last segment of the year. Before the playoffs start, our yearly thumbs up, thumbs down. By the way, sir, you probably would have won last week, I believe. I think your guy scored the most, but we're just going to...
All right, share the love. Let's all get it.
Yeah. This is everyone's thumbs up, thumbs down for the year. Who's your biggest disappointment? Biggest surprise? I'll start. My thumbs up for the year is the Denver Broncos, actually. I didn't think they'd be any good. I thought Bo Nix would stink. He wasn't great. I know Sean Payton worked with him. But I was shocked. They made the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. So, congrats to them. My thumbs down for the year. Tim, you might have them too. I'm going with the Jets. I had Super Bowl aspirations, and I'm still stunned. They won 4 or 5 games. Tim.
Yeah. So I didn't realize it was a yearly thing. I was just going to go. Can I just pick on last week?
Yeah,
we give a huge thumbs up to Tampa Bay for getting Mike Evans that last catch and a $3 million bonus, and then fuck the Cowboys for not starting Cooper Rush because I didn't want to pay him $500,000 or whatever it was. You cheap bastard, Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
But either way, so for the whole year, yeah, Jets easily the biggest disappointment. Just being their fan, and it was just not a fun year. I won't say the biggest surprise. I would say the fact that Detroit went through the whole season dealing with the amount of injuries that they did on the defensive side and still won 15 games and are the number 1 seed.
Especially with some questionable Dan Campbell decisions.
All right, listen, Dan Campbell could possibly lose them the playoff games.
If it's Lions Eagles in the NFC Championship, the dumbness of those coaches might be staggering. Who makes the dumbest decision last? That's what
they're just gonna. They're not gonna kick any field goals. They're not gonna punt the ball. They're just gonna go for 4th down every time.
Yeah. Crazy, sir. Who you got?
It's like my thumbs up. This is the rookie class. Like Malik Neighbors, Bowers, the quarterbacks, McDaniels, Nix. You know what I'm saying? These rookies balled out this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hat's off to them.
Most picks worked out. There wasn't a bust. You know? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There was some good picks. Even and my thumbs down outside of my boys because they disappointed me this year. But thumbs down. Personally, I'm going Cooper Kupp. If you had him in fantasy, he was a PPR machine up until the fantasy playoffs. Then in round 1, he had the same amount of points as all 4 of us. I don't know about you, but I didn't play. So, you know what I'm saying? Then if you made it through round 1, round 2, 3 for 24. If you make it to the finals, 1 for 29. And so Cooper Cup, you big God, get your gift. He
You
gets my
got
thumbs down.
Sir's big thumbs down, Cooper. Sorry about that. Mike, I know where this is headed. Go.
Yeah, I mean, so if you look at all the analysts before the season started, I mean, can you find, if you guys can text me or email me one analyst that picked the Bills to win this division, and I'll give you, a lunch on me. This team was not picked to win the division. Everybody was saying we're going to take a step back. We already peaked, and we won the division in Week 14. So I mean, it's got to be the Bills, and it's not just because I'm a Bills fan. If I was somehow another fan, I'd probably still pick the Bills just for the fact of it's amazing what they've done with nobody on the roster, nobody to throw to. It's like all the defensive players left. It's Dolphins time. It's Jets time. No, and none of those teams came close to the Bills. Josh Allen is a freak of a football player, and thumbs up to him and the Bills. Thumbs down. I'd probably have to give it to the freaking Falcons, man. To sign Kirk Cousins to that contract they did, and to pick Penix with the 7th overall pick. I mean, that whole offseason from the beginning to end is just absolutely terrible. I mean, they have a roster to win a Super Bowl. They have a roster to win a Super Bowl, and they completely blew it this year, and I blame it all on the coach.
Yeah, he had some bad moves.
Raheem Morris made some bad decisions, and that was all his decision to draft Penix. But probably didn't make Cousins feel too well by drafting that quarterback. I'm not giving him an excuse why he played that way, but to hand that kind of money to Kirk Cousins and literally bench him, in the middle of a playoff run, was wild to me.
Yeah, that's true. Nas, who you got?
My thumbs up is Drake May. He really surprised me. Coming in, I didn't really think he was going to play that well as a rookie quarterback with nothing, giving him nothing. No offensive line, no receivers. So he surprised me a lot. My thumbs down is C.J. Stroud. All summer, you're on the road on Mika Parsons' podcast saying how you're the top 3 quarterback, you're over Josh Allen, you're over Lamar, and then you come out this year and play like that. Yeah, he was my fantasy quarterback, so he's getting the thumbs down. He better not be on another podcast.
Right, unless he wants to come on this one.
No.
All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. This is arguably the best football weekend of the year. These 6 games rule. It's awesome. And then you got college football tomorrow. The Notre Dame, Penn State, and then Texas and Ohio State. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy your football, and be safe.
Go Bills.